Good evening, everybody. How you guys doing for the third time? And today, a lot of emotions and information that is floating around in the world right now. A lot of emotions and they're going around in the world right now as terms to riots and as terms to looting, protests, manifestations, all of this stuff that is happening right now in our world and in our countries. It's difficult to understand and to analyze what is happening, but it's more difficult to understand the ideas and the philosophies from these activists and these organizations. Now, I will be really transparent and I will be as honest as possible, speaking with my heart. And I will not speak as Oscar L. Blue. I will speak as Oscar, a normal citizen that I was born in Tijuana and raised in Tijuana. And I will talk to you guys about a video that I did 2-3 days ago that I explained why there is a difference of being oppressed and harassed by authorities. I just posted something on my page that people misunderstood the whole purpose of it. This is why they need to read. I posted something like this: I'm waiting for Black Lives Matter to do something about a peaceful protest for all the Hispanics that they have been killed. What I posted goes more further than that. My whole purpose of posting that is because now Hispanics are being dragged into this problem. That is not a race problem. That's what I was trying to say. This is not a race problem. This is not. This is to find justice and to apply justice for all human beings that they have been abused brutally and abused the power from the authorities. That was the reason why I posted that. And the reason why is because they make it a white man against a black man. They make it a black man against a white man. They make it a white man on top of a black man, killing that black man until he can't breathe. They make it a race issue. And now Black Lives Matter, they want all Hispanics to join them on making this a race issue. No. Me as a Mexican, I'm not with you on that. I'm not. This is not about a color of his skin. This is about a system that is corrupt, and there's corrupt officials and there's corrupt officers that they take advantage of their power and they assassinate and kill innocent people. This is what it is about. I'm still waiting for Black Lives Matter to protest on how Hispanics have been killed since 2017 to 2020. I'm still waiting on Black Lives Matter to reunite with Asians. How Asians have been killed by police officers, corrupt police officers, and abuse of power. I'm still waiting on a peaceful protest for them. I'm still waiting on Black Lives Matter to reunite with whites, as whites are the ones that they have the high level of assassinations in the United States. I'm still waiting on Black Lives Matter to do a protest peacefully for that. I'm still waiting on Black Lives Matter to do a protest for all races, not for Black Lives Only Matter. All lives matter. All lives. Aren't you the ones, Democrat liberals, that you talk about the content of the skin, that it doesn't matter? Aren't you, Democrats, liberals, that talk about equality of the skin and equal rights? By just the name of the organization, it tells you that Black Lives Matter is only about black lives. It's an organization only about Black Lives Matter. It's not talking about all lives matter. It's a creation of division between races. Now let me give you stats that, these stats, they are not, thank you to my manager for sending me these stats. But I want to tell you guys about these stats, these particular stats. Number of people shot and brutally abused by a police officer of the United States of America since 2017 to 2020. All right? Let's go with these stats. In 2017, 457 murders were done to whites by a police officer. In 2018, 399. In 2019, 370. And in 2020, 172. Of course, the population of whites is much bigger than the minorities. But I'm just talking about why Black Lives Matter and all these Antifa organizations, why they haven't done no peaceful protests for the 457 that they were killed on 2017 that they were white, for the 399 that they were killed unfairly on 2018, for the 370 that they were killed unfairly of whites in 2019, and for the 172 that they were killed on 2020. I'm still waiting for Antifa, for all these anarchist organizations to do a peaceful protest for all of these people that they were brutally murdered or abused or killed by a police officer in 2017, 2018, 2019, and 2020 of the entity of white. Have they done a rally? Have they done looting? Have they done riots? Have they, created a protest worldwide for all lives white matter? Have they done that? I'm still waiting. That's what my post was about. Let's go to Hispanics. 179 deaths on 2017. 148 on 2018, 158 on 2020. I'm still waiting for Black Lives Matter to reunite, as they are for humanity and they are for not the entity of race. They are for all races, as you say. So I'm still waiting on a peaceful protest in 2017 for the 179 Hispanics. I'm still waiting on a peaceful protest on 148 deaths on 2018. I'm still waiting on a peaceful protest by you guys and Antifa on 2019 with 158 deaths. And I'm still waiting on 2020 with the 57 deaths that they all till now of Hispanics. I'm still waiting on Antifa and Black Lives Matter to do a peaceful protest. about that. And on, other entities, other races. You got 44 on 2017, 36 on 2018, 39 on 2019, and 14 on 2020. I'm still waiting for Black Lives Matter and Antifa to do to other races a peaceful protest on 2017 for 44 deaths. I'm still waiting on Antifa and Black Lives Matter to do a peaceful protest for the 36 that lost their lives in 2018. I'm still waiting on Black Lives Matter and Antifa on 2019, all the 39 people that they have died on police brutality. And I'm still waiting on 2020 for the 14 people that police officers have killed and still waiting on Black Lives Matter and Antifa. Now let's go to the statistics of blacks in comparison to the other stats. In 2017, 223. In 2018, 209. In 2019, 235. And in 2020, 88. 88 people have died of blacks in 2020 right now. In comparison to Hispanics, 57. In comparison to others, 14. In comparison to unknown, 98. And in comparison to whites, 172. My whole post that I just did was to tell everybody that all lives matter. It's not the importance of the color of the skin. It's the content of the human being that matters. And I want to understand, by the words of Martin Luther King, it's not the color of the skin, it's the content of the human being that matters. I want you to understand those words given by Martin Luther King to Black Lives Matter and to Antifa. It's not the color of the skin, is the content of the human being that is important. By that, context of the character, by that, it is more important for you to understand that not only Black Lives Matter, brown lives matter, white lives matter, Asian lives matter, other entities matter. It is everyone that matters. That's why I posted. I'm still waiting on Antifa and Black Lives Matter for the protests of Hispanics. I'm still waiting on Black Lives Matter and Antifa to the protests of all the whites that they have been killed by officers. I'm still waiting on Black Lives Matter and Antifa to all the Asian people that they have suffered police brutality. I'm still waiting on you guys. But now that one person has died unfairly in the hands of a police officer, you want everybody to unite and to create a manifestation of racism when you haven't been fair all this time to every single person that they have suffered police brutality and abuse of authority. That is the number one thing that all of this is about. All lives matter, not only black lives. I'm a brown man. Brown lives matter. A black man lives matter. A white man, his lives matter. Everybody lives matter. It's a human being. Your Democrat agenda and your socialist agenda is about human rights. It's about being more human. It's about having rights for everyone. Why you're making it a single organization of only Black Lives Matter? Why? The question is why. I'm waiting for the 457 deaths of people that they have been shot by a police officer in the United States, 457 in 2017 of white, 399 of white that they have died by a police officer, 370 of white that they have died by a police officer, and 172 of white that they have died for a police officer. 179 on 2017, 148 on 2018, 158 on 2019, and 57 on 2020 of Hispanics. An unknown race, 84 on 2017, 204 on 2018, 202 on 2019, and 98 on 2020. I'm still waiting for all of those organizations to unite peacefully and protest. Why has to be Black Lives Matter only? Why? My question as a brown man, as a Mexican man, why? Why there has to be the derogatory of just one race, one organization? Why? It's my question. It's a simple question. Why we have to divide? The same organizations that they're doing this are the same organizations that they are dividing the people. The same organizations that they are supposedly reuniting are creating division of races. They are the same ones that they are doing the looting and the rioting. So people can think about the example that Hispanics are doing, the example that young Black Americans are doing in the streets, rioting and looting and breaking windows and looting stores, and the example that they are giving to society. They're the ones that they are creating all of this division, all of these radical organizations. Where is your unity? Where is it? That is my question. Where is your oppression? Where is your I feel harassed? It's not just Black Lives Matter, Brown Lives Matter, Asian Lives Matter, White Lives Matter. Is it about humanity, like you guys say? Is it about the human race? Or is it about just a simple race? If we're talking about a simple race, where have you guys been supporting the white people that they have been assassinated, and it has the highest level of assassinations by a police officer? Where have you guys have been when, all the Hispanics that they have been killed by police and abuse of brutality of, the authorities? Where have you guys been when, the other entities and the other races have been abused and killed? If this is an awakening for everybody to unite, and everybody to be united, why are you trying to break into the white neighborhoods and destroy other racist businesses? I know that the highest population is white. Will you take a knee for Black Lives Matter? I don't live in the United States of America. I don't live in the United States of America. It depends on what takes a knee. What means for you to take a knee? What means for you? What? I want to know what. For you taking a knee, what is the significance for you to take a knee? For Black Lives Matter. This is not about one race. This is not about one race. It's about all races fighting against abuse of brutality and abuse of power from the authorities. Now, I want to know, by you asking me that question, will I kneel to Black Lives Matter? I want to ask you, what is your significance of kneeling? What is your significance of kneeling? I can tell you something that is really important for you. I can kneel on God to pray. I can kneel on God for forgiveness. I can kneel to kiss my son and to hold my son. I can kneel on the presence of my mother. But what is your motive to kneel? Have you ever asked that? Are you trying to apply a Colin Kaepernick to me? Do you know? If you are trying to apply a Colin Kaepernick with me, if I agree with Colin Kaepernick, I 100% disagree with Colin Kaepernick. The injustice that is being done on the United States of America, you don't resolve it with kneeling. You don't resolve it with that. You resolve it with actions and unity. By kneeling to the flag, you're causing division towards people. So I want to ask you this question. What is your significance of kneeling? It's a rhetorical question. Because if you're going to ask me if I will kneel, there needs to be a purpose, a greater purpose that is not division for race. God bless everybody that is watching. How's everybody doing? You know, there's a lot of emotions going on right now in every place, on every moment. But my whole perception and my whole message for this video is to tell everybody, I love Black American people. They're wonderful. They're beautiful human beings. Asians, I have a lot of people that I work for Asians over here in a company. You know, I congregate with them. I talk with them. I joke around with them. And my race, Mexican people, you know, I have a bunch of friends, white friends, all types of friends. To have a friend, it doesn't, you know, a skin color is nothing. It's not something that it will, you know, stop you from being happy with somebody. Stop making it a race issue. Because if we're going to make it a race issue, where have you been for all these statistics that I have been telling you? If you're going to make it a race issue, and if you want everybody to jump on that train, by making it a race issue, you're causing division. By making it a race issue, you're making it more difficult, the problem that it already is. 457 white people were killed by a police officer on 2017. 399 on 2018. 370 on 2019. 172 on 2020. Even the level right now, in 2020, it's much higher than Hispanics, blacks, and others. Right now, even on 2020, as the year goes by in the United States, the level of assassinations right now in the United States is much higher in whites than blacks and Hispanics, and we're not that far away from you. 57 people in 2020, as right now, Hispanics have been killed by a police officer. 88 on blacks, and 172 by whites. So, if we're going to talk about Black Lives Matter, it shouldn't be Black Lives Matter. It should be All Lives Matter. You guys want to make it that it's only a race issue? Where have you guys been with all of this? You guys wanted to unite? Let's not make it a race issue. Let's fix the problem. And the problem needs to be fixed as what? End police brutality and abuse of power. That is what it needs to be fixed. None other than that. These are facts. And I know that there's going to be, oh my God, he's so racist. Oh my God, he's for whites. Oh my God, he's Mexican. His opinion doesn't matter. My God, he lives in the Mexico. Stay out of our problems. I don't care what you say. These are facts, and they're straight in your face. Straight in your face. Facts, numbers. And if the highest population is whites, there's still facts. And if the highest population is blacks, look how far are we from you. If the highest, you guys are more populated, black Americans, there's more population of black Americans than Mexicans. And look how far away we are from you on assassinations from a police officer. You guys got 88 and we got 57. We're not that far away from you. So where have you guys been? Well, Hispanic lives matter. Or white people lives matter. Or where have you guys been? Is it a race issue now? Is it a race issue now? By making it a single organization, it makes you divide. And it makes you think that it's a white cop against a black life that just passed away. A white man against a black man. That makes you think like that. Don't let the left, don't let all these socialists, liberals, implement that mindset in your head. Don't let them. Don't let the leftist media get all of these ideas in your head to oppress you, to harass you, to take care of your opinion, and to manipulate your mind, to make you understand that all your life you've been oppressed, all your life you've been harassed, all your life you can't make it because of the oppression, because of all of this that is happening. Don't let them get into your mind. Let's fix the problem. And the problem is abuse of power. Doesn't matter if it is abuse of power of a white man, brown man, black man, whoever man. That is the problem. By making it a race issue, you cause division. That's what you caused. There's a question, well, what about the Latino celebrity not speaking about their own people? I don't care about celebrities. I care about what people, what the real people. By you making this comment, and I understand your comment, no insult to you. What about the Latino celebrities? You're making it a race issue. These are the subjects that I'm talking about. Why, the black Americans have, black actors haven't talked about it. Why has to be talked about only blacks? Why, a Hispanic, why he cannot talk about abuse and police brutality? Because it occurred to a black man? No. Police brutality and abuse of power doesn't have color. Police brutality and abuse of power is police brutality and abuse of power towards human beings. I just gave you stats. You want me to read them again to you? I can read them again to you for the last time. In 2017, 457 deaths of whites by being shot by a police officer. 399 in 2017. 457 in 2017, 399 in 2018, 370 on 2019, and 172 on 2020. Hispanics, 179 on 2017, 218 on 2018, 148 in 2018, 158 on 2019, and 57 on 2020. Talk about blacks, 223 on 2017, 209 on 2018, 235 on 2019, and 88 on 2020. You want to talk about the difference between blacks and Hispanics because of the level of population? We're not that far away from you. Got 88 deaths of blacks killed by a police officer on 2020, and you got 57 of Hispanics killed by a police officer. Your level of population in blacks is way up there. Difference between Hispanics. Now, you want to make it a race issue. I want to know where Black Lives Matter has been to protest for all white lives matter, for all Hispanic lives matter, for all Asian lives matter. Where have been you? Antifa, where you have been? It is the same organizations that they are in this movement that cause division. It is the same organizations that they are in this movement that they cause the race factor. When you make it a race issue, it becomes racist. This is why we need to unite, no matter the color of the skin. Imagine blacks, Americans. A person that I respect the most is Martin Luther King. It does not matter the color of the skin, but the context of the character. That is one phrase that this famous civil rights activist did for humanity. For humanity. It does not matter the color of the skin, but the context of the character. So why we need to put it Black Lives Matter? When it does not matter the color of the skin, but the context of the character. Why we had to put all brown lives matter? Because it does not matter the color of the skin, but the context of the character. Why we had to put all white lives matter? Because it does not matter the color of the skin, but what it matters is the context of the character. Use your own history. Is your own history for you guys. But you and the other organization make it look by just a one race issue. That is the problem. All lives matter. And the problem is abuse of power and abuse of brutality. Total fool. The question is, where were you? Where am I? Where am I with what? John Bellamy. Where am I with what, John Bellamy? Where am I with what, John Bellamy? You want to make it a race issue? Let's talk about race factors. Let's talk about race statistics. I just gave you a statistic and a stat. You want to talk about a race factor? Where were you when all Hispanics have been assassinated? Where were you? Now blacks want Hispanics to unite, to be, the two of them race, together and to fight against, the system. Where were you with all Hispanic lives matter? I'm asking you this simple question. Where were you? It's a rhetorical question to you. Where were you? Fool. You're telling me that I'm a fool. Where were you? This is a really good statement. You can't know the contents of a character if you are shot before you can show it. That is an excellent argument. It's an excellent argument. But let me answer you that. Let me answer you that. That has nothing to do with how you do a movement and a protest. Has nothing to do with that. They're making it a race issue. What has being shot and doing a movement and a protest have to do with this? What? Where has Black Lives Matter been when all the whites have been killed by police officers and police brutality? Where has Black Lives Matter been with all the Hispanics that have been killed by police and abuse of brutality? Where has Black Lives Matter been with Asians that have been killed with all this police and abuse brutality? Are you saying that what happened was right? And if the answer is yes, please explain how much are they paying you to be ignorant. My God, these people. They're jumping on my live feed. Rodolfo Flores. Ay, Dios mío santo. Preocúpate por tu gente. ¿En qué momento dije que todo lo que está pasando está bien? No seas ignorante. Don't be ignorant. Preoccupied for your people. Preoccupied for yourself. Preoccupied for your family. Worry about your family. Who's saying that this was right? This was never right. And the abuse of brutality and police brutality and abuse of power needs to stop. It does not matter the race. Does not matter the color of your skin. It does not matter who you are. It needs to stop. Are you ignorant? Are you? All this that is happening. Make it a race issue. It creates more division. It creates more division. That's why we need to stay together. That's why we need to unite and end this abuse of power and end this police brutality. And all of this. By united, but not caring about the color of the skin. That is the number one thing. And don't use other people for sheep to go and destroy businesses and riot and loot the small mom and pop businesses. Don't use other people to go and do protests and destroy businesses. Use them as sheep. Pay them money to use them as sheep and go and destroy. Have you seen Black Americans, how they've been stopping all these activists? Have you seen them? Have you seen how Black Americans have been stopping all of these people that they are destroying communities? Have you seen that? A riot and looting is not the solution. Anarchy is not the solution. That is not the solution. And making it a race issue is creating all this division that is happening. Just gave you stats and you get into your feelings immediately. And immediately when I give you stats, they start calling people racist. So stats are racist. So giving you stats, somebody else is paying me. So giving you the truth about how many murders by a police and brutality, abuse of power on race is racist. I'm not saying that that was wrong. what that cop did, and he needs to be held accountable. For me, it's first-degree murder, not second-degree. First-degree murder. For me, give him life in prison. For what the example that he gave to society, that he doesn't care about no life. I saw a life that he was laying down on the floor. I didn't see a man of color. I saw a life. That is your problem. The problem is that you guys are seeing a color. Black Lives Matter. You're seeing a color. I'm not seeing a Black Lives Matter. I'm seeing a man laying down and asking to stop because he can't breathe. And now you guys are making it a race issue. And you're afraid of little facts and numbers? You're afraid of little facts and numbers? What has a riot had to do with that? Destroying your communities, what have to do with that? Inviting other races and other people to involve in riots, what has to do with that? Have you resolved the problem with that? Have you seen black Americans crying in their streets to tell all these white kids that they're activists to stop looting their streets, looting their businesses? Have you seen that? The problem is that they're creating division by making it a race issue. That's the problem. All these Democrats, all these liberals, all these socialists, they want to push for humanitarian purposes, everything. And you're the ones that they're causing division by saying that, oh, this is all about, whites against blacks. So all the other lives don't matter? The Colombian kid that got killed 3 days before George Floyd in Colombia, in Cucuta. That didn't matter because he's Colombian. The young man that got killed, the Mexican young man that got killed on the 6th of May in Mexico, in Guadalajara, that doesn't matter. Right? What matters is Black Lives Matter only. Let's make it a white and black issue. That's right. All lives matter. The problem is abuse of power and brutality and the division and your racism by calling it just a white against black. That is the problem. All human lives matter. All of us matter. All of us, we are in the same boat against police brutality and abuse of power. All of us, we're on the same boat. But when you make it a race issue, you're causing division. You guys are the ones that causing division. I was watching a program at TV. There's a black man talking to an Hispanic woman. And this black man says to the Hispanic woman, what we need to do is blacks. What we need to do is blacks reunite with Hispanics to fight the system. You're wrong. You're creating a division and a problem right at the bat. No. What you needed to say is that what we need to do is unite as a human race, and all of us, it does not matter the color of our skin, fight against the system. So Mexicans and blacks need to unite to fight the system now? No, all of us, we need to unite to fight against police and abuse of brutality. That's what it needs to happen. Don't go on a TV show and say, blacks and Hispanics need to unite and be together to fight the system. Everyone needs to unite. Everyone wants justice for police and abuse of brutality. Everyone. Everyone, Mexicans, Asians, Filipinos, Black Americans, white Americans, Colombians, Nicaraguans, Hondurans, whatever. Everyone wants justice. And all of this that is created by Antifa and Black Lives Matter make it more divisionary. They divide. What does this comment have to do with this? David Kimball says most Mexicans have more European blood than Native Mexican. Yes, you're right. We got conquered by Spaniards. We got conquered by Spaniards. Our race got destroyed by Spaniards. Our race got destroyed by Spaniards. They took away our gold, our women, our pyramids. They took away our history. They took away everything. And then there was a mixture of mestizo with a Spaniard and a Mexican. And then everybody came. But because of that, I'm not complaining that I can't get a job. But because of that, I'm not complaining that I'm feeling oppressed and harassed. But because of that, I'm not complaining that I cannot survive and succeed. But because of that, I'm not complaining about my history, about where I come from, about how proud I am to be a Mexican. But because of that, I'm not complaining about how am I going to do with my son? How am I going to survive with my family? But because of that, I'm not complaining that I feel oppressed. But because of that, I'm not complaining that I cannot survive and move forward. But because of that, I'm not making this a race issue. But because of that, you and me, sir, we need to unite hand in hand against police brutality and abuse of power. That has nothing to do with what is happening right now. Has nothing to do. Absolutely nothing to do with what is happening right now. Nothing. If I will be complaining, I can't get a job because of a Spaniard. Can't get a job because I got conquered. Can't get a job because they took away our gold and our pyramids. Can't get a job because they stole our women. Can't get a job because the United States took California from us. I can't get a job and I can't succeed because Texas was from Mexico. I can't get a job because California, used to be from Mexico and we want it. Can't get a job because of that. You don't see me oppressed, harassed. It's a time for unity. It's not a time for division. It's a time for us to unite. Not only Black Lives Matter, not only White Lives Matter, not only Brown Lives Matter, not only Asian Lives Matter. All lives, damn it, matter. And all of us, we need to unite and go put justice for that police officer that killed that innocent man. That innocent man, that he was black, but I didn't see the color. I see a man dying in the hands of the world, dying. Open your brain. Abre la cabeza. Abran más la cabeza. Let the brain breathe. Stop making it a race issue. Let the brain breathe. And stop making it a race issue. God bless everybody that is watching. Thank you so much for joining me right now. As we know all the time that I give stats and numbers, all the time that I give statistics and stats and numbers, they get into their feelings. They get immediately into their feelings. I love Black Americans, man. I love them. They're beautiful. They're beautiful human beings. They're a beautiful race. They're a beautiful race. They dominate the world, for God's sake. They dominate sports. They dominate music. They dominate politics. Barack Obama was a president, whether I like him or not. He was a president. My God, they're ones, they're multi-billionaires. Some of them dominate the world. It's admiring to hear, Martin Luther King speak. To saw, a basketball player like the type of Michael Jordan to dominate the world. To saw Arthur Ashe in a white man's sport to this, to be the best. To saw Tiger Woods on a white man's sport to dominate the sport. It is unbelievable to see the capability and the capacity of black Americans. They dominate the world, but they themselves make themselves feel oppressed, feel harassed, when they don't even know the power that they have to dominate the world. That they don't even know the power that they have to dominate everything that they dedicated to do. They have the capacity and the capability to do whatever they can. As Mexicans, we have the capacity to do whatever we can. Every human being has the capacity to do and the capability to do whatever they can. Stop making it a race issue. Succeed. Love. Don't divide. Love. Find justice. With love each other. Don't divide. Find love. And love your brother and love your sister. And grab each other and protest. That's what we need to do. Not make it a race issue. Not make it a race issue. God bless you all. God bless all the black Americans, all the brothers and sisters. Got a friend of mine, man, that he's black. His name is Tyrone. He lives in San Diego. I haven't seen him in a long time, man. Big T, we call him. Haven't seen him in a long time. And I wish that I can see him, and I don't know where he's at. But all the time we used to have this talk before I started doing all this broadcasting stuff. All the time we used to have this talk. Used to sit down with him, and enjoy my time with him and talk about this, that we don't need to be feeling oppressed. That we make ourselves feel oppressed. That we make ourselves feel harassed. We make ourselves do that. We need to stop that. Stop making it a race issue. God bless you all. All lives matter. All lives matter. By you saying only that black lives matter makes me feel less. Makes me feel that my life does not matter. What the hell? All lives matter. All lives. Every single one. All lives. God bless you all. Follow my partner, Conservative Anthony, on his page as Conservative Anthony. Also follow his YouTube, subscribe to his YouTube channel. And follow also my YouTube channel as Oscar Blue. And also follow me as Oscar Blue and public figure page and Facebook. God bless you all. Thank you for being on this live feed. It's hot. I'm about to go back to work. Thank you so much for joining me. God bless all black Americans, white Americans, Asian Americans, Hispanic Americans, Mexicanos, Cubanos, Colombianos, Afroamericanos, Argentinos, Españoles, Alemanes, Franceses, todos. Dios los bendiga a todos. Todos somos uno. We are all one. There's no race. We are all one. God bless every single one. All lives matter. God bless you all. Stay safe and always remember, peace and love, everybody, because always your country is first.